Hello everyone, Thatlowdsg here, back with another Mustang video of course, and today I'm showing you how to remove your stock front and rear struts and shocks and replace it with some BC Racing coilovers. Now the first step in this video would be to remove your factory struts. I already have a video kind of completely over that and how to remove your entire front suspension. So go ahead and click the link in the top right if you want to know how to do that. Like a pleb, I only have all the old stuff with me. All the new stuff is already installed where I kind of did the intro part. Oopsies, so I can't really show you the stuff out of the car. But let's just hop straight into the install and let's get forward with it. So now we're just going to remove the top factory caster plates. These are all just held in by 15 millimeters. The bottom piece just came out, top just slides right off. So now we're going to go ahead and reinstall this control arm, but first we need to take out one of these back bolts for the lower frame mount. It's a 15 mil. We're also going to have to take off the bolt holding in this side of the steering rack and jack it up. There's not going to be enough clearance from here to get the bolt through. Put some medium strength thread locker on the threads here. Well, that wasn't that bad. So we're just gonna kind of keep these on there just to hold it in for now. Slide one of our potentially defective Harbor Freight jack stands under here. Just making a joke on these Harbor Freight jack stands. And for everybody who doesn't know what I'm really talking about, Harbor Freight just had supposedly defective jack stands and their 3-ton and their 6-ton. That's what my car is on right now, is both of these jack stands. So I am only a little bit scared, just a little bit. This inside right here is a 24 mil and the outside bolts, those are 21s. That'll give us some clearance. If you have a wrench, it'll probably make it a lot easier. Right now, I don't have a size to a 24, so we're gonna do it this way. All right, now it's time for the other side. All right, this is kind of where you want some help with this. All right, and that's bolted into the top. We're gonna leave these not fully on, but rather a little loose. But for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and slide the bottom bolt in, and this will hold it in place for us for a minute so we can adjust the ride height. I'm gonna go over a brief description over how to adjust the ride height and everything with the BC Racing Coilover. This one will adjust spring preload, so if we wanted like a harder, stiffer, softer ride. I've already got a custom spring rate on here, so we're actually not gonna touch this at all. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna loosen this one up. Oops. You'll actually turn it counterclockwise. We're actually gonna disconnect the bolt. We're gonna drop the jack a little bit, and then we're gonna remove the bolt that was holding in the knuckle to the actual coil itself. So as I was saying, this whole assembly can spin itself. So I already measured the other side, so we're just gonna get it even with the other side, which I'm just gonna spin this. Since I am dropping the car, this is gonna be getting tightened up for a minute. Another easy way to tell is underneath here, you'll be able to see when it gets flush or when it's going over. So I'll show you what I mean in a second. So now you can actually see at the bottom where the threads are going through. But we don't want that, or at least I don't. So we're gonna get it about flush. So I'm just gonna go ahead and drop this right quick. Not gonna fully tighten it, just in case I do have to make another adjustment real quick. So now we're gonna take some measurements. So the other side was 3 1/16, and I measured it. So you can choose where you want to measure it from, but for me it's making it easier to do it like this. So it looks like this collar to that collar, just like the other side, 2.5. And from the bottom of this collar to about this crease line right here, it's 3 1/16. So this thing is measured up and ready to go. So now we're just going to tighten this lower locking ring a little bit, turn this towards the knuckle, control arm up back to the actual coil itself, and line these bolts up. That's one. Now the top one's in. These bolts are the same size as the control arm bolts. Front one's 24 and the back one's a 21 mil. Alright, she's all bolted in there, ready to go now. Okay, so now we are going to remove the rear springs and the rear shock. Go around to the trunk right here. And back underneath the liner, there's just going to be a 15 mil. We're just going to take this one out right here. You don't have to completely remove your trunk liner. Before I drop this though, I do have it lightly supported with the jack just by the axle. So if you're lucky, you'll be able to get this broken free with the ratchet.
One hour later.
On this back side right here, this one's a 15 mil, and then on the front we just have an 18. Just like that, the bottom of it is unbolted now. Okay, so now with the rear strut removed, we can now go ahead and install our BC Racing one. We're just gonna take the nut off the top and this piece right here, this washer. And then we're just gonna slide her up on there. Slide the washer on over it and the supplied nut. And this will hold it up top here for us, so then we can come back down here. Before we bolt this shock back in, I actually had to get new spring isolators for the top and the bottom. So the smaller piece will just sit at the bottom of the lower control arm, and then we'll set this spring perch. I have it set out to the lowest setting right now. I'm gonna do this on both sides just to make it easier. So this will just sit right over top of that bushing, and then the upper bushing will just sit directly on top of the bigger piece of the spring right here. Slide that over and around. There we go. Be prepared to have to keep lowering it and dropping it. Now with this all the way through, we're gonna slide that straight through, put the nut over it. Like that. We're gonna jack this thing all the way up. Back in the trunk here, we're just gonna screw this down slightly. So luckily with this design, you can get a swivel wrench over it and then the Allen key. And the Allen key will hold it in place as you're able to turn it. Alright, just like that, the top's bolted in. And just like that, BC strut and the spring is successfully installed in the rear. Alright, this is the end of the video. If you guys have made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like if you found this video to be helpful. And feel free to meet me down in the comment section if you have any questions or concerns or anything about the coilover itself or the install or anything that you might need. I am going to be that guy, but I'm not going to show the car dropped yet. I'll show some before pictures and some after pictures. But I didn't get any good video quality of the car dropped, and I have to roll the fenders. But also thank you guys so much for almost 400 subs. So we're almost at 400, we're pushing it, we're going to the top, baby. But no, seriously, thank you. For anybody who's not subscribed currently, consider subscribing. I'm gonna be posting a lot more Mustang content and car content in general. So next video maybe possibly the heater core video, removal and install. But that is it, folks. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out, and I will see you guys in the next one.